Hey guys, it's Katie here with Life Mundane and welcome back to the channel. Today I'm excited to give you my year-end review on how our homeschooling is going. I have been giving you guys quarterly updates every quarter, sharing with you guys, just checking in on how our homeschool has been going, how are the schedules working out, what's working, what's not, how are the curriculums. We, in our last video, shared some new curriculums that we're going to be trying out, and so today I'm excited to give you guys a final update on all of that. So let's get started. Hi, my name is Katie and welcome to Life in the Mundane. I am a second generation homeschool mom of 6 beautiful kiddos, and on this channel we talk all things resources. I love to share with you resources that are going to help you in your homeschooling and help encourage you in your biblical parenting and how you can utilize those to their fullest potential so that you can make the most of the little moments. Now, while I do say this is an end of the year review, we do homeschool all year round. We will be homeschooling a little differently in the summer. You can check out the video up in the iCards and down in the description below to see more about our summer homeschool plans. But I did want to just kind of wrap up this year and let you guys know where we are at this point. Last video, I shared with you guys about how we were having a lot of scheduling issues because we were starting a lot of new programs. We have kind of fallen into a rhythm and a routine. I wouldn't say it's a really ideal schedule. It's honestly been a little chaotic and everybody's been kind of doing their own thing, but that's okay because we are wrapping up things and we are finishing up different subjects and that frees us up. So we'll kind of nail down our schedule a little bit more fully here in August, but for now, I'm just kind of content just going with the next thing. As far as some of those curriculum updates, I wanted to let you know how some of the new things that we started trying last time I updated you guys, how they've been going. So my youngest has been doing the Alphabet Adventures program by Where'd You Learn That after she finished her early preschool, and she has absolutely been loving it. I really love how easy it is to implement, but how it does give her just that next level of work. So that has been a big win for us and something she absolutely adores doing. Also for her, she is almost done. She'll be finishing up probably here in the next week or so. Her Skill Sharpener Science from Evermore. She has really been loving this. I have done a complete video on this that you can look up in the iCards or down in the description below to learn a little bit more about how the science book works. But she will be wrapping this up very soon and I highly recommend it. It's just something a fun extra to add into your preschool day. Next up is my 5-year-old. So I had mentioned last time that we had finished or we're getting ready to finish kindergarten 1 and we're going to be going into CLE's kindergarten 2, which we have now done. We are a little bit into it. We have had to slow down a little bit because we have had an absolutely crazy May, as I'm sure many of you guys have. We've had a lot of out-of-town trips, and I've been speaking at homeschool conventions and things like that. And so because of that, we haven't been as consistent with the younger work, but that's okay. That's the flexibility and beauty of homeschool, and they are just still so little. However, that being said, absolutely loved kindergarten 1. Loved it. Kindergarten 2, still loving it. But it's a lot more work. A lot more work. Like maybe more than double the work of kindergarten 1. So whereas before we could do a lesson a day, we probably could have doubled up and done more than one lesson a day. This, we are, we don't always get a whole lesson done in a day. Each lesson is broken up into 3 sections. So we usually will get at least 2 of the 3 sections done. So we get a lesson done every few days. That's okay with me. That's perfectly fine. They even state in the book that you should go according to your kid's schedule. And for some kids, they may even just need to do 1 section a day and they need to take 3 days to finish a lesson. That's totally fine. I'm not freaking out about it, but I did just want to give that kind of caveat, so to speak, that it is quite a bit more than the kindergarten 1, but still absolutely loving it and would highly, highly recommend it because it does work on so many different skills. That's the biggest change for the 2 littlest ones. Now moving on to my 2 older girls, we switched from Happy Cheetah Reading to All About Reading for my daughter with special needs. And I'll be honest, I was kind of expecting it to be slow going. All my other kids with All About Reading, my 3 older ones, all have some form of dyslexia. And so the All About Reading levels took, we could do the first several lessons pretty quickly, but then it slowed down significantly after that. And we were not quite getting through an entire lesson in a day, which is, again, totally fine. However, with my 4th child, she has actually been surprising me, and we've been setting a timer for 20 minutes a day, which is what I highly recommend. I'll put everything you need to know about All About Reading up in iCards and down in the description below. I did a video that kind of lays out some of the best things that you need to know about it. But with that, we've been setting the 20-minute timer, and she has been flying through this. It's been awesome. Now I do know she's a little bit older, but she does have special needs and there is a delay in a lot of things, but I've been so thrilled. She's been able to finish at least one lesson every day. Some days she can do 2 lessons. And so because of that, I really think that we're going to probably end up finishing this book by the time we start school in the fall. We are going to continue doing reading throughout the summer. And so we'll probably get to go into book 2 pretty soon after we start school in the fall. So I'm really excited about that, just to kind of help her gain some ground. She has a lot of medical special needs. And so there are some developmental delays that are part of her genetic disorder, but there are also some delays that literally just came from the fact that for the first several years of her life, we were just trying to fight for her life. We were just trying to make sure she could hear and that she could talk and that she could walk and that she could eat. Like the basic things that a lot of us take for granted, that's what the first several years were prepped for versus learning how to read and those kinds of things. So some of it is just kind of getting her caught up and gain some of that ground back. Now for my next child, kind of working our way up the list here, the new thing that she tried last time is adding in the Evan Moore building spelling skills. She's really been loving that. She has been doing the 2nd grade level, which I knew would be a little easy for her, but I wanted to just kind of see where she was at and gauge that. I probably should have gone with book 3 for her. So I am actually planning this summer to maybe sprinkle in a few of the level 3 ones, and I think in the fall she'll actually be ready to start level 4 with that. So we're just going to kind of gauge and see where we're at that point, but she's doing really well. She's absolutely loving it. I recently did a video on everything you need to know about these building skills, spelling skills program, so you guys can check that out with the iCards and down in the description below as well. But she's really enjoying that. She is really taken to the idea of finishing up her schoolwork quickly so she can enjoy her summer. So we told our kids this year that for math, once they finish math, they don't have to do any additional math during the summer outside of spending 5 to 10 minutes working on math facts every single day. And she's really taken that to heart. So she's been doubling up on her lessons. She will be finishing her teaching textbooks here within the week. And part of that is so she can have her summer. And part of that is because she is dying to start her new extracurricular activity for next year, which is a photography class from Film School for Teens. And so I told her that she could start that, but not until she finished this year's work. So she's really, really pushing to finish that so that come here, beginning of June, she can go ahead and start that Film School for Teens photography for kids class. All right, moving up to my next child, which is my son, who's in 6th grade. He started the Fix It Grammar, the brand new Fix It Grammar Town and Country Mouse. Last time I updated you guys, he has also been loving it. It has been so absolutely fantastic. The changes they have made have been really good. They actually called me, IEW called me the other day just to check in and see, like, how are we liking it? What are our notes? What do we think about it? And I just love that it's a company that cares, that they want follow-up, that they want feedback on different programs. And so we have loved the checklist, especially at the top of the page. I will, again, link a video for you guys that shares all the new changes that they did to all of the Fix It Grammar levels. It has been a little bit, the changes have made it easier for him, so he has been able to do more than 1 sentence a day. I think before he definitely could have, but I mentioned this before, that because of his ADHD, having all the sentences on one page was overwhelming to him, even though it was a very minimal amount of work that was needed. And so now having them as separate pages, he's able to do 2 sentences a day and be able to kind of feel like he's actually getting ahead instead of feeling like, but I didn't finish the whole page, or, you know, those expectations that they put on themselves. So definitely highly recommend this. Really loving it. We are going to take a break from it for the summer, and I hope I don't live to regret that. But I just felt like we needed a little bit less this summer, and so we're going to finish it out through the end of May, and then we are going to be putting a pause on it until August. For my oldest son, the update on him is I did not add anything new, and that is totally fine because he has plenty of work to do with the Diana Craft Right Brain Reading Program. He has been a champ with it. Again, it's been a little more inconsistent than what I like this last quarter just because of all the busyness, the craziness. I was out of town, all the things. But we've still managed to get lessons in, and even with not being able to do it as consistently, I retested him again. They have sort of an assessment test, and he has jumped a level in reading, which is huge, guys. It is really encouraging to see that even with only doing it probably about 3 days a week, we've still seen a massive improvement, and I'm really hoping this summer we can buckle down and do it even more consistently, and that we will have even more gains, because we didn't start this program until the end of January or beginning of February, I believe. And so to see that much progress in such a short period of time when we have tried every reading program out there and haven't been able to see that progress that quickly is really, really encouraging. So he is doing great on that. We are really loving it, and we're hoping to be more consistent as we go into the following months. So that brings us only to our group subjects, which we are wrapping up most of our group subjects. We actually recently finished the Apologia Who is God worldview study. We absolutely adored that, and I did a video sharing with you guys our thoughts on that and more specifics about what's included in the book. But we have completely finished that. We have completely finished our Apologia Science. This was so fun. I really, really loved this particular year. There were so many hands-on activities. My older kids were really engaged a lot through that. So we finished that up. We finished our geography for the year. And so the only group subject that we still have for the summer is our history. We are going to be doing Story of the World, level 4, all throughout the summer. And we're excited to dive into it. And like I said, as we're kind of shaving off these things, as we're finishing things up, then it allows us to be able to just kind of relax and enjoy our summer. We are going to be traveling a lot during the summer and just exploring new things. And so we're excited about that. I hope you guys have enjoyed this update. I will try to do an end of the summer update, letting you guys know how our summer plans went. And then of course, I'll be updating you going into next year. Be sure to subscribe as we have a lot more great videos coming up, and we'll talk to you soon. Bye.